Yo, people. What a guan. Welcome to the Triggered Thoughts podcast. I'm your host, Verbz.
I'm Geniusdan.
I'm Creative Thoughts.
Yes, people, what's going on? You guys good?
How are you, Verbz? You good?
I said Verby. No Verby, bro. Verbs. Hey, I'll go on Queen, yes?
I'm good, Kirby.
You're a dickhead, you know, I swear. But let's roll. Let's move.
Curb crawler.
You're taking the piss, mate. Seriously. But you know what? I like that, but I'd rather that energy than... My name is Geniusdan. Welcome to the Triggered Thoughts podcast. Today's topic is... You get me? So that's good, man. That's good. You do, man. Like you do. You sound like
weird.
AI flat robot. Anyway, let's go. Creative, how are you?
I'm good, man. You lot are giving me banters today, boy.
Man, started the ball rolling, man. We can get it cracking. I like that shit. You get me? So, people, I was going to say, you know, in terms of the calendar, yeah, do you guys know what St. David's Day is?
Okay.
No, brethren. I don't know what that is.
For you know Christians and that, man. Well, go on.
We're Christians, but...
Yeah, we're the Christians, we're not pagans.
But yeah, well...
God, no. You can't diss the people them celebration like that. You know what? Happy belated St. David's Day to the people of Wales. You celebrated it last Friday. I don't know much about it, but big up to you guys anyway. Yeah?
Imagine, he doesn't know much about it, but he's giving us sticks and we should know. Make it make sense, man.
I'm not Bible bashers like you lot, you know. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's move.
We're spreading the word of God and we are saving lives, okay? We are not...
Not paying attention to Verbz.
Is it? We are not hiding behind masks, okay? With the
I hear you. But I got too much ops, that's why I got masks on, you get me? So anyway, big up to my ops. Listen, let's go, man, let's go. Yeah? Let's get it cracking in this motherfucker.
My God!
Yeah? Right, so, today's topic is called Family Matters or Do They? This is an interesting topic.
They don't matter.
What is
So people, as you can see, Creative Thoughts is going to have a lot to say, you know, with them opening bars there, you know, so yeah. You get me?
Just be creative.
You know what I mean? But listen, yeah, family matters or do they? So, today we're touching on this because what we want to do is we want to try and present scenarios, discuss scenarios, have a debate about family situations, you know, all different angles ranging from, I'm not even going to give it up. Let me start with the first question. I want to host a question to you guys, yeah? You ready, Creative? Ready, Genius?
Yes,
Listeners, feel welcome to answer in the comment section on YouTube, or if it comes up on the clip, yeah, feel free to answer in the comment section on Instagram or TikTok. We will respond. We are those people, you get me? We're real like that. So anyway, what I want to ask you guys is, why do you guys think that when a son leaves his parents' home with his girl to move in with his girlfriend and start a family life, why do you think the mother, on most occasions, tends to give the son's partner a lot of stick and aggro?
Well, a lot of the time, it could be jealousy. You know, things are not going right in the parents' own relationship, so it's easy for a parent to be jealous of their son or daughter's relationship, because obviously whatever good is going on in their children's relationship is not happening in their present relationship. So that's one factor. Another factor is they feel threatened, and that potentially they may lose their child in terms of, how can I put it?
My God!
Relationship wise, when some children are close with their parents, yeah, some are not. And the thing is, if you're a mummy's boy or someone that's close to your parent, and all of a sudden now there is a woman that's come into your child's life now, you may feel threatened to the point that you may feel that you won't see your son or daughter anymore. You might even feel that, the attention now won't necessarily be there, because their focus is going to be on the partner now that's in their life. So there are a number of things, man, and especially if you are someone that did a lot for your mum.
My God!
When there's someone else now that's in the picture, it now becomes a problem in the sense of now the obligation now is to the person that's in their life presently. Do you see what I mean? So if the person now no longer lives in the house, or they're now living with their partner, the amount of time that you may have seen your mum, let's say maybe every day, it becomes limited now, because now your focus and your attention is on the person that's in your life now. So if you're working, you're going out, especially if you've got children now, it becomes complicated in terms of, time spending. So yeah, those are a few things.
My God!
Yeah, I like that, man. Some good answers still. You know what I mean? I think you're onto something. What do you think? Creative.
Yes, you know what? I agree with you. That could be. I think when the mum's used to obviously doing everything that she does for her son, it's almost like a loss in the spiritual, rather than it be and the physical in a sense, but not quite the physical. But I think it's more of a spiritual attachment that you have, and it's like, okay, will she then kind of like take the place of the mum? And in a sense, yeah, that's what she's supposed to do, is take the place, because you do your bit, and then once your son's of age, it's now for him to fall in love with another woman besides you, and and allowing her to finish completing him in a sense. So, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense still. Do you think that really and truly, if you deep it, do you think like the mum should be threatened by the girlfriend, although the girlfriend's coming into the son's life and he's with her in a different, sort of aspect? Do you think that the mum should be threatened by her girlfriend?
No, I don't think so. I think that discernment and wisdom is key in everything. So you obviously pay attention to how she is with him, and you're a woman. And women, we've got this sense, so you know when a woman is good for your son and when he isn't. When he isn't, when she isn't. So it's about just being, like I said, having discernment and kind of paying attention. But at the same time, if your son is happy and they seem to be getting along, he has to learn to make some decisions for himself. You can't control everything. So you do have to step back sometimes, and sometimes it will be good, sometimes there'll be mistakes, but it's not down to you to hold on to him like a baby 24/7, because he will not learn. So I don't feel that a mum should be insecure. My son, he's got one serious one now, but at the time they were strolling in, and I wasn't insecure about it, because it's just like, okay, he's of an age now, he has to learn, he has his feelings, he's developing, he's got to find out what kind of woman he wants and likes and stuff, and it is what it is. I may not always agree with his preferences, but I accept the fact that, he's a grown man and what he wants is what he wants. I give him advice, whether he takes it or not is another thing, but I allow him to be free. Because the last thing you want is to end up pushing your son away because you're trying to get your claws in everything and be controlling. You don't need to be controlling.
My God!
I like that what you just said there still, that was beautiful still. You brought that down nicely, you get me? Sound like you're speaking from some serious experience, blood.
My God!
I'm just a wise woman, but yeah, definitely I've got experience in that department as well.
Yeah, that's good. There's some, I ain't gonna lie, there is some women out there that I've seen through friends and so on and so forth, that mums, that when their sons have gone off with women, the way they take it personal, man, like they literally use all their energy for an entire lifetime to battle this woman that their son is with.
My God!
And I think it's absolutely madness. I don't understand why you would go to them levels there, do you know what I'm saying? You should be secure within yourself as a mum to know that, even if your son went off and spent a lot of time with this other woman and didn't reach out to you as much, you should be secure within the job that you've done to know that he might do that he might do that here and there, where you don't hear from him, but he'll always return because of who you are and what you've done with him, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
If you set the foundations properly, your son will return. But using your energy to fight against his girlfriend for an entire lifetime, where you're so bitter against the girlfriend, where people who are observing just can't put their finger on why you've got this heat for this woman, if you know what I'm saying, or why you don't just let it go. It just makes you look absolutely fucking pathetic.
My God!
You know what I'm saying? And if there's mums out there like that, I would urge, fix up your blood clot.
My God!
You get me?
I think it's insecurity.
100%.
Yeah.
Is it within, what do you think, is it insecurity within themselves?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely, I agree.
What kind of things will make them insecure within themselves for them to stoop to them low levels?
Just threaten that there's another woman in their son's life. But remember, it's not like they can go out with their son or even sleep with their son. You know what I mean?
Sleep with their son?
Mm-hmm.
You think that's a possibility? Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's some, you see in life, yeah, when people behave a certain way, yeah, and you have these sort of things, it happens, It happens. It just doesn't come out a lot. But yeah, you have parents that are jealous, the simple fact that their son is with a woman. You have some even. I remember I saw a documentary where this mum was dating her son. You know what I mean? It happens. I might post it up on my Instagram. Yeah, it happens, man. It happens.
I think you fucking should post that because that's mad.
Yeah, it happens. Fathers dating their daughters, and it happens, man.
It
might, the majority of people might, obviously won't agree with it, but these are people that they don't really give a damn about what people think. They're living their best life. They don't see anything wrong with it. You know what I mean?
That's
funny. Absolutely.
Genius, just be careful how you're kind of maneuvering around with your mic on, bro. Yeah.
Sorry, man. Yeah. Did you hear anything? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Also, as well, it's that I think as well, it's the sense of if you're a single mum and especially if you've just got boys as well, you just raising boys, it's like he's your boyfriend without being your boyfriend. He's like your spiritual boyfriend, so...
Like they can't differentiate between the two kind of thing. Like even though they're not sleeping with them, it's almost like it feels like...
Exactly. So when he now gets a woman for real, she's feeling like, okay, who does she have? She's going to be lonely and stuff like that. But I mean, for any mum that is feeling like that, I suggest you pick up a book. I've been told with the dating advice to walk around Sainsbury's or whatever look, I just think the best thing you could do is just find a companion. Find someone that you could talk to and spend your time with, and just, your son is not that though, you know, just find a hobby, do something. But don't use your son as a crutch sometimes, because sometimes mothers use their sons as crutches to not date and to not get out of, you know, they hide behind their kids. You know, I can't date because I've got children, or I can't date because of this and that, because of their own fears. So sometimes it's not even about the woman or even about the son. It's about the fear that the mum has within herself. So it's just about offloading and uploading positivity and love, and knowing that, you know what, don't be afraid to love, don't be afraid to grow, and don't be afraid to let go. Letting go is a part of life, it's part of the process. And beauty can come out of it.
Very good message.
Said.
Yeah, very good message. I like that. Like, you know what? Yeah, I must say, you two, to be fair, I had like my own opinions in my mind of, you know, why mums would do stuff like this. But I think based on what both of you have said, like, you lot have opened my eyes and ears and given me more insight as to how deep this shit is, and it's deeper than the abyss, blood. You get me? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like, that's deep what you lot are saying. I just thought it was a general thing, like, you know what, maybe the mum is just insecure within herself, probably had a few partners in the past that ain't worked. She's not satisfied with herself in terms of, you know, not satisfied, not confident within herself about keeping partners. And then obviously when she has the son and he's bigger, and whether he's providing or he's just always there keeping her company, it makes her feel a bit more secure and stuff. And then, you know, when he goes, the insecurity starts to show its ugly face, and then there's an element of control that she will start to, you know, display to keep the son there in order to feed her lack of insecurity, her insecurities, if you get what I'm saying. That's what I thought. But what you're saying as well, obviously what I'm saying, I'm onto something good as well, but what you lot are saying, you've given me some serious insight, man, so respect to you lot, you get me? You know what I mean? So yeah, so let's ask the question then, yeah? Based on the topic. Listeners, also you can get involved too, like I said in the comment section, yeah? Family matters, or do they?
Some do.
Break it down.
I think the saying is, you love who loves you, isn't it? So at the end, you know, it's real talk. So I think that if you've got family members that are just straight up trash, I'm sorry, they're trash. You don't want to be seen with them, you don't want to talk to them, you don't want to...
Wait. You got to define to the listeners what trash is, man. You got to give us some examples.
My God!
Okay, look. Sometimes you've got to love people from afar, because trash in my book is when you have no consideration for your children's feelings, you don't love your kids, you don't care about your kids, you don't look after your kids. Men are more important than your children, or in some cases the fathers are just, they don't give a damn, they're here for a hit and run. You don't want to be in your child's life, you just want to have a good night and sprint off to the next. And you've got kids out there that you are not raising, looking after, or not even paying any attention to. It's wrong, and it's trashy behaviour. And people are proud to do it, and they actually hold their heads up high doing it too, which is shocking. So that's trash to me. So yeah, not all family members matter, but the ones that are there, that are present, that love, treat you good, and have respect for you, and they acknowledge you. You know, they acknowledge how you feel and stuff like that. Then they're the ones you pay attention to. And sometimes family isn't always blood.
My God!
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, very well said, you know, I like that bit there, you know. Sometimes family isn't always blood.
My God!
Powerful, you know what I mean? Genius Dan wanted to jump in there, I'm going to let you roll there based off of that, you know. Go on, Genius, take it away.
family and not always blood. Or what's it? Blood is thicker than water. Not always the case.
Fact.
You know, family will do you the worst, to be honest with you. And I feel that when people know that they're related to you, they sometimes tend to take the mick. You see what I mean? And you know, they push boundaries. You know, they do stuff that they're not meant to do. They backstab, they front stab, they side stab.
Lord of mercy, yeah.
You see what I mean? And the level of hatred that they display is unbelievable.
My God! My God! My God!
You know, they could actually be your deadly enemy. You know, you have sometimes you find that as well. Family will even plot your demise.
Mhm.
You know, they will.
Amen.
You know, I know of a situation in the family where I heard of there was a contract put out, and I think to myself, wow, you know, and I said, people actually do that. You know, a father was doing that to his son. I was like, what? And people were like, what? Yeah, this is normal. I was like, what? Something I heard in Jamaica. I was like, did this really happen? I said, that wouldn't even cross my mind, man.
That's got to be over money, right?
Over a house.
My
Over
God!
a bloody house, man. And a house that's not even yours.
Yes,
You see, and you see, the thing is this, once again, like, our community, when it comes to this will situation, man, and I'm not saying it doesn't happen in other races, but, man, the way that people fight over the will, they hate, they stop talking forever over the bloody will. And I remember seeing something on a Chris Rock show where it goes, when white people, it said when white people die in family, they leave a will. When someone in the black family dies, they leave a bill.
My God! My God!
I can't co-sign that statement, blood. I hear what you're saying, though. I can't co-sign that statement, bro. That's a mad one still, you get me? But yeah, I hear you. You know what I mean? Not everybody is cut from the same cloth, but yeah, I hear you still.
You know what it is? It's sad to say, I've seen this presently, even with people that I know, man, friends. I hear some of the stuff, man, and I'm like, bloody hell, man. It even sometimes just makes me think to myself, like, wow, how would I behave? I pray to God that I don't have any of those behaviors, man. It's bloody sad, man.
Give us an example, man, if you've got one.
Mm-hmm.
Give us an example of what you've heard from friends without names.
People being cut out of the will, people defrauding the will, people signing signature, people drugging their family members and using their hands to sign the will. It's, oh, man.
Or defamating characters so people can't get it and that.
Yeah. Speaking badly about the other family member, saying, this is the way you should leave everything to me because I've been the one that's there from the beginning. That person's this, they're that.
Do you remember in season 1 when you spoke about, is in when families fight over the war, I think it was, when you spoke about certain family members will even sleep with the person that's about to pass away.
Yeah. It happens, man.
To secure money.
My God! My God!
Yeah, man.
It's madness.
People that have any shame. That's what it is. And it's even worse, especially if you're someone that's not in a good place financially and things that you're desperate. With desperate times calls for desperate measures,
True, though, true. That's it.
True. No true words said.
Well, yeah, man, I just think how things are now, 30 years ago, there's some of the stuff that's happened now would have happened 30, 40 years ago, man. Something's changed, and I definitely believe social media plays a big part in it. I believe that people are bitter, they're twisted, they're sick.
Selfish.
Yeah, fact.
And I just think that it's something we need to make sure that we educate our children on so they don't end up inheriting them same behaviors and it's passed down to them. Do you know what I mean?
100%, I agree.
Because if it's not addressed, it will happen. Do you know what I mean? It will happen and then it could be classed as the norm. That it's normal behavior. Do you know what I mean? And I say normal behavior because everybody's doing it. When you find that everybody's doing something, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's right. You know that verse in Proverbs, Shanta, where it says, "There's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof is the ways of death."
My God, my God, my God, my God.
You know what I mean? Yeah. There is a way. You know what I mean? Sometimes people do certain things and I think it's the right way, but it's not. There's always consequences. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I give you, even with this family, you have even people that marry their own. This is what I mean, marry their sister, so do you see this family thing? It's deep, man.
Where do you see that,
very,
man?
very deep.
Where do you see that?
I watch a lot of documentaries, man. And I know people, I've got friends that have done stuff like that. Does that what I mean? Siblings dating and it's mad, man.
Or cousin brothers.
My God, my God, my God.
Yeah. Incest and all that. Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, that's
it's madness, man. And that's why I'm very how can I put it? That's why I'm very, very careful with people as a whole, especially family. Very careful, man, because I'm telling you, man, when you experience certain things, you see certain things, you learn certain things, it makes you aware so that you don't end up being a statistic.
Right.
Because you can easily be caught up, man, and
my God, my God, my God.
Sometimes it don't end well because everybody deals with things differently. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's true.
100%, man. Wait. No, you're right, still. I was even going to say, you know what? To you two, Creative Thoughts and Geniusdan, and to the listeners, how much times I've been to, family events, yeah? Not just my family, but, other people's family. Weddings, christenings, birthday parties, whatever. And they've made the effort to have, a big event. And it's supposed to go a certain way, or it's supposed to follow a certain tradition or whatever. And I've had the privilege of sitting in front of people or next to people, and I can hear them talking, and I can hear family members disrespecting and bashing the event that's been put on, just nothing but pure fuckery and negativity. I see people get married, and I can hear people behind me, aunties or uncles, or the older lot, sometimes the younger lot, chatting shit, blood. Look at the dress she's wearing. You know what I mean? Look at him, that ain't gonna last. I've heard all kinds of shit, blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? Very sad, man.
You know what I mean? Go on.
So I was driving the other day. I don't know what happened. I couldn't tell you, but I knew it was a funeral. And a younger man and an older man. The younger man's boxing up the older man in the face. Outside the funeral.
My God, my God, my God.
Separate it. And I'm just thinking, Lord of mercy.
Terrible, man.
You can't even let whoever rest in peace. You want to beat each other
rest
up.
In pieces.
Exactly.
That's a rest in pieces, Oh, shit.
My God, my God.
And then, not to mention, I've also been at funerals where people just come to the food.
Oh,
get the big plate of food, drink up whatever you can bloody find to sweep the floor when you're done drinking everything and eating up everything. Just tacky.
Old type for opening a new can of worms right now. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to lie. You see what she said there?
Yeah.
We'll talk after.
We say family members turn up at the event with the blood clot Tupperware, blood.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, man. There's times, listen.
Everything to gather up what food they can get.
That's not madness.
You know what's crazy? I see sometimes, people, and I've seen this happen a lot of times where they don't go to the church event, but they go to the after party. And you just hearing her say that. It's disrespectful, man. It's terrible, man. You can't even you can make the part where you get to drink and stuff your face. It's terrible, man.
Ain't no shame in their motherfucking game.
My God!
Yeah,
it's bad, but that's bad, man. That's what I mean. It's not a good look, man. That's what I mean. You can't turn the main thing, the main part of the event, or the funeral, which is to see the person, but you don't turn up there. You turn up to the after event, and then the after event is packed, and it's like the church is. You know what I mean? That's mad.
Exactly. So
you've seen that as well, innit?
Yeah, I have seen it. I have. So for everybody doing that, please make sure for yourself and show up for the whole thing, mate. Even if you sit at the back sleeping, show up for the whole thing. Don't just come and fill your plate. Or just say, do you know what I mean? Bloody go to Iceland and buy your little £1 pizza or whatever, but don't come in and yourself and show up the whole. It's just tacky behaviour.
Nah, man, it's cost of living, man. They're coming to get their rice and peas and curry goat and shit. The shit that they motherfuckers can't even afford. You know what I mean?
Sometimes they're thinking it's a dating spree. At the funeral. Oh, you come to the funeral to see who you can find and pick up and what numbers to get. And it's just bad behaviour, man.
Yeah, man. It's Tuggereg still. You're right, man. You're right.
And literally, I've been to a funeral, and my friend's like, well, my uncle's ex wants him back, and he's got somebody. He's already with somebody, but you come to the funeral. You think now that he's in a hard place, you're gonna come and see if you could take him from the missus. It's like, come on, where's the shame, man? Where's the blood?
Yeah, man, it happens, man. It happens. I seen people winding up in funerals and all sorts, man, like bending over a gal and all that at funerals, man. It's mad. You know what I mean? Absolutely mad. Boy, hopefully a different kind of worms, trust me. And then
Tacky behaviour.
100%. Then you hear like family members who have long ongoing feuds and just can't fucking let it go.
My God!
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Want to swing each other around for a scene.
Madness.
One death's not enough. You need 2 or 3.
Exactly. And you know what I can't wrap my head around, yeah? You have family members, yeah, that have feuds with other family members. And then that particular family member that is the victim of a feud, let's just say, passes away suddenly, yeah? You would think the person that is going full steam with the feud to the person that just passed away would think, oh shit, fucking hell, they just died just like that. This has shocked me, man. I need to move better and fix up. Nope, what they do, the other feuds that they got, they still continue with it, and if anything, they get progressively worse.
My God!
I just don't understand it, blood. It's a madness. Certain things happen to give you a lesson in life, innit? To make you understand shit can go left. You get me? Bury the hatchet. Do better. Grow some balls. Be bigger. But death is still not enough for some people to correct their bullshit ways.
Trust me. I even know a story where 2 people got married, and straight after the wedding, the man decided that he was gonna jump on the whoever he married, the sister. He's jumping on the sister straight after the.
She said he got married and he slammed the sister afterwards.
No, he didn't slam her, he was jumping on her.
What do you mean, like fighting?
No, not like jumping on her in the bed. And that, other sisters had to pull him off because he wanted to go. It's like that you just got married.
That's madness.
You're doing, honestly, that I'm telling you, that marriage lasts about a week or two. It's a shambles. And this is it. You got to do things for love, man. You can't just be picking up strays or straight trash, as I say.
You know, you're right. Still, you're right. That sounds mad. Was he fresh in the country or something?
No. I think he was. What was he like? Mauritius or from Mauritius or some kind of like country from like India or whatever. I'm hoping I'm not discriminating and being rude. But,
if you don't understand how to describe them or where they're from, I wouldn't say you're discriminating. You're just not knowledgeable enough in it. That's all.
My God!
He's where he's from, but he was having the time of his life. I don't know if he had one too many, probably. But on top of that, that's the stuff he was doing. Yeah.
Well, that's mad. Still, that's not unusual though. Like I've seen people's family members. Alright, let me give you a scenario now. I've got one brethren from back in the day, yeah? I still see him here and there. He was going out with this girl, yeah? And he found her quite stunning. He met her mum. He found the mum quite stunning. He went to the mum's house with his girlfriend for Christmas, and his mum was wearing like an inappropriate dressing gown. And then the girl and him was drinking. They got drunk. And then the girlfriend went upstairs to sleep early. And he said the mum bent over in the dressing gown underneath the Christmas tree, invitingly. So he fucked the mum. I hear a silence.
My God!
Is this really true? This is someone you know?
100% true, bruv. 100% true.
And what did the mum tell the daughter?
No.
So how did it get out then?
What do you mean?
How do you get to know about it?
This is my brethren, he told me, innit? You get me?
So now, the mum has never said nothing and the girl didn't know.
Nope.
That's some slackness, man.
It's out there, bruv. You get me?
You can't even hide from that, though, because I do know that there are some sisters that shared boyfriends or teething each other's boyfriends and all kinds of carrying on. I'm telling you, some tacky behaviour, just tacky people, bro.
It happens a lot, man.
Straight tramp. No, I'm not one.
Right, man.
Yeah, it happens a lot. If you got like a flirtatious family member, you know, from your girlfriend's side or whatever like that, some man will take the jump. You know what I mean?
As they say, some family members are for the streets, man.
This is it.
God, yeah, honestly.
For the streets, the avenues, and the boulevards, blood.
My God!
You know what I mean?
Trust me, for every city, every country, every bus stop.
This is it,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I also heard of another scenario where one time I was in my friend's shop, yeah? And there was this guy that used to come in the shop on a regular basis. The guy was quite a chubby geezer. He was about 60. Not massively chubby, just a bit like a builder's build, like a little bit of a bare belly and that, like. And he used to come in the shop and get and for a particular service, yeah? And then I didn't see him for a while. One day, I saw him about maybe months later, say 4 to 6 months later. I saw him again, but he'd lost a lot of weight. And when I asked my friend, like, who runs the shop, what happened to my man? Like, he's lost so much weight. Is he unwell or something? My friend said to me, no, you know what it is, bro? I said, what? So he's going through the court process. I said, what do you mean, what for? He said, like, his wife that he got married to, yeah, she had a daughter. when they first started, when they first got together, the daughter was really young, innit? You get me? Like, say, primary school ages, but he was basically, as she got older, she's like a teenager now, like 19, and she's basically made allegations that he's been sexually abusing her.
My God, my God.
You get me? So now he's going through the court process, and basically what happened is he was sexually abusing her, and the girl was obviously too young, too immature, not confident enough to speak at such a young age. But as she grew older, she obviously let the cat out the bag, and my man's going through the process. So, you know, that's another thing with family. People letting partners come in the house, they ain't done their research, or they've left their children with so-called stepfathers, boyfriends, whatever you want to call them. Happens the other way around as well, because some men leave their children with their daughters, with their girlfriends, and the girlfriends molest the sons or molest the daughters. You get what I'm saying? That's another dark topic that goes on a lot, and people, you know, there's a lot of victims out there that go through this shit, you know, but it's not really brought to the table that much. You get me? What do you guys think about that?
This is the thing, even in care, where, you know, that's where you're meant to be safe. Do you know what I mean? Kids are being raped, they're hanging themselves because they've been raped, or they're, you know, doing suicide because of things like that, and they don't know who to tell and that kind of thing. So it does happen. You have to be aware of who is around your children.
Absolutely.
And don't be so quick to allow any man or woman in your house just because you're lonely. Do you know what I mean? Personally, I think until your children can really talk and you know that they will speak, they're outspoken and stuff like that. Even my kids are outspoken. Funny enough, you know, just to make it very clear, I don't fiddle with my children. I never have, never will. Never
to say that.
But my son, I was drying him, my 10-year-old son. I was drying him, and he said to me, he was like, I'm drying him. He's like, hey, hey. I said, oh, like, what's wrong? He's like, it's all right, I have to take it from here. And I was like, okay, cool. And this is the thing. I'm glad that he felt that way, you know, to say, look, Mum, okay, he's at that age, he feels like, okay, I can dry the rest of myself and stuff like that, because sometimes he don't dry himself properly. So I'm drying him, but when I was drying him, I'm drying him like I dry the girls. And then he didn't like it, so he's like, oh, so it's good. So I know that my kids, they will say if something's up. So I think that you just got to know your children as well. If you know you've got a quiet kid that's not going to speak up when, you know, they're concerned about something or something's bothering them, then you know you got to think about, okay, is it the right time to have a guy or a female around or whatnot? Because you just don't know. Plus, pay attention on how they are with their children and stuff like that. I mean, for me, I'm not too excited about guys that are too friendly with my kids straight away. You know, if you're too friendly with my kids so quick, I want to know. I'd rather you, as bad as it sounds, I'd rather you not say much to my children. Do you know what I mean? Because at least it's safer that way. You know, you're thinking, okay, you say hello, keep it cordial or whatever the word is, I can't even pronounce it. But you're not too smiley or trying to put kids on your laps and, you know, all of that stuff. You know, you keep your space. I don't know. Kind of thing.
I hear what you're saying with that statement, you know, and I do agree with you. You get me? But where I'd give a bit of wiggle room in that one still is that, like, I'm quite a friendly person when it comes to people's kids and stuff, innit? I wouldn't put them on my lap. No, I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, I'm quite a friendly person. I'll ramp with kids or whatever. Even the first time I know them, if they click with me, I'd ramp with them or whatever. Not. But because of what I do, I'm very sharp on safeguarding. So there's situations that I just wouldn't put myself in with children to protect myself, to protect the child, and also to put the mum or parent, whatever, at ease and let them know that, no, I'm not willing to do that because I don't want people to think this and I don't want people to... So I'm quite sharp on that. I won't put myself in any situation that's a risk to anyone in the circle, if you get what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so I do hear what you're saying. I think one of the key things that especially women need to do when they're bringing in partners, and men obviously as well, if they're, you know, they're a rarity because men, not often do men in a situation where they're single fathers, innit? It's more women that are in that situation. But I'm just saying, I think for both partners, what you need to do is just not put yourself in a position where you leave your children with your partner because you need to do something, even if it's to pop to the shop. 2 minutes is enough, mate.
My God!
You need to tell some men that, because some of these fathers they leave their kids with any old tramp. I'm telling you, God forgive me for...
Mums do that too, you know. There's some, I'm not trying to make it a competition against men and women, but I know a lot of women that want to go somewhere like the club or whatever, yeah, and they have met people in university or work like recent within days or weeks. And I met some, not that I've dated these women, but I know some women that will ask those people, can you look after my kids? Just so they can go out when their options of babysitting is running out, bro. It's fucking crazy.
My God!
And it leaves me scratching my head like, right, you really prioritize going out like that where you put your children with somebody that you've only known for a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's so true. I don't think I've ever in my life left my kids with a man. It's always been like family members or their brothers or sisters, but I've never, no.
Even family members sometimes, you know, you got to do your thing because when I was doing some work one time, there was a youth. I'm not going to give no clues so people can understand who this youth is, but there was a youth that man was working with, and this youth was sexually abused by his brother, his sister, his aunties, his uncles, his mum, his dad, and the fucking grandparents.
Damn.
Yes.
So family was doing this BS.
The whole family
No.
did the thing with this boy, bruv.
That's not on.
A child in care, that's why he was in care, the whole family, bruv. And the wickedest thing is, because it wasn't proven, the family was still allowed to visit.
My God!
No, that's not on. That's not on. That is not on. So what happens to his feelings just go out the window then? This stuff happens.
You would never know, when his family visited him, you would never know that this thing happened to this youth at the hands of these people that were visiting him. You would never know. The youth was like willingly happy to link them, but in all fairness, it's a conditioning. So there are youths that still, because of that, that need to feel loved, even though they go through that, they still associate themselves with wanting to have a relationship with their abusers.
My God!
Yeah, I do understand that. But I mean, I understand it, but I can't wrap my head around that because I'm thinking that if that was, I couldn't be around it, man. Once you have an understanding of what's actually happening and what that does to you, it's like, duh, man. That's tough. That's real tough. I really feel it for that young man. That's too much for anyone to go through. That's a lot. Mentally, I wonder where he's at, like how he deals with relationships and interacts with people. I'd love to know, like that.
He had a relationship with another female, but I think she kind of had the same sort of issues as he did. Not as deep with so many family members, but the same sort of issues. But he had a relationship. He's always trying to love. The only thing that was the key component with this youth is he was a youth that didn't wash himself. You get me? And that's like neglecting it. That's like the depression, mental health side of things. He's not washing because he doesn't value himself. You get me? Hence why he's probably running around trying to be around his family members, because he doesn't value himself. He sees more value in himself when he's with his family, even though they're the abusers.
I'm not, but God forgive me, but they all need to be packed up in one room and burnt. I'm sorry.
My God!
Wow.
I'm sorry. God forgive me. I pray.
I'll tell you who they are, and then I'll give you the you round them up, yeah.
Trust me. I'm not gonna lie. God forgive me if that's what I would want to do. Physically put them all in the room and just set them alight. Seriously.
But the good Lord that you worship would never let you do that. Hallelujah.
My God! My God!
Oh, listen. But that's just the most sickest thing. Oh my.
Happens a lot, you know.
Lord.
Happens a lot.
I feel it for him, and the fact that he goes back around and trusted these bastards. After that, they've done this to him.
It's alright to swear. It's alright to swear. It's passion. It's not a problem. You know what I mean? There's like
they need to be burned, thrown in the sea with sharks, whatever. I'm going to stop talking because the hatred I have. No, hatred's the wrong word. No, hatred's the right word. I don't like them. That's disgusting. That's so sick that you could do that to a child and then have the audacity to then show your face back up where he's supposed to be safe. To do what? To do what exactly? How dare they?
Yeah, I used to kind of look at them with disgust, but I had to be professional. But in my mind, I was thinking, Rob, that you are nasty. But do you not know that there's a word for that? I'm going to research it and bring it up on one of the episodes when I do find it. When I was working with certain social services, they were telling me in this particular area, I can tell you the area, I'll be happy to tell you that, Barking. There's a lot of family members. I saw things myself down there when I realised that area is a crosses area anyway.
My God!
You know what I mean? But like a lot of inbred business going on down there. But anyway, they said to me, they got a lot of cases of families that they called it as a word. It's like a diagnosis word, a long word. I can't remember what it starts with or anything, but I'll find it. Basically, these families, what they do, is families, what they do is they have children. They molest or sexually abuse the children, When the children get of a certain age where they're thinking, they get into an age where we're not attracted to them no more because they're getting too big, They start encouraging the child from a young age, and when you hear this, you'll realise why certain kids out there are going and having pickney young. You know, you get them cases of like 11-year-old children breeding from young. Yeah, you have to connect the dots. So, they encourage their children to go out there and mess around with the local girls or whatever like that. They get pregnant, and when they have their baby, the mum and dad have their way with the new baby, and the cycle goes on and on and on. They're notorious predator pedophiles, bruv.
My God!
And that's what they do, non-stop. Family. We said family.
My God!
The thing with that is they need to, when they get put in prison, they need to get put in prison on the wing where the rapists are. Yeah. That's going to drop the soap. So that they understand how that feels. Because that's just the most nastiest thing. I don't understand it. I mean, I know that God is, he's a faithful God, and he does what he does because of Adam and Eve and the eating the apples and all this stuff. But the wickedness that some people have in their hearts, that you can do these kind of things and think it's okay and get away with it, blows my mind.
100%.
How can you do that to a child and sleep easy at night? Do you know what I mean? That's madness. Because I know from my mum, she would never hug me and my sisters, and I'm not going to go into it because that's not not my business to tell, but due to certain circumstances in her life, that's what I would say. She wouldn't hug us, and she wasn't very affectionate because she didn't know what was appropriate and what was inappropriate, so she just didn't do that kind of stuff. She wouldn't hug us or even use she wouldn't say she loved us when she was young. I mean, she said it to me today, actually, funny enough. I spoke to her on the phone because my fast daughter went round there to go and say happy birthday to my mum, and she called me and she was like, "Oh, I love you." And I was, I don't think I said it back to her. I mean, I love my mum, but I didn't say it back. But it was nice because I know you, Genius, you know a bit of me and my mum's relationship, don't you? And that kind of kerfuffle. And I think I've gone off topic a bit, but that was why she didn't say it anyway, because of certain experiences and stuff like that. Trauma can really damage your mind sometimes, and in the way you operate with others.
That's why it's called projective trauma. So she's been through something, then she raises you lot a certain way, and then you lot could have carried that on with your kids, and your kids would have carried it on, but you broke the cycle by showing your kids something different because you improved yourself, so you broke that trauma circle, you get me?
My God!
My kids tell me to leave them alone. They're like, "Mum, you smother us too much. You smother us too much." Like, mate, it's better that than I ignore you.
But if you stop doing it, they'd miss it. That's the point. Kids will say stuff like that, but if you stop doing it, do you know what I mean? So it's just one of them ones, you get me? Genius, you got anything you want to add? Because you've been quiet for a while, my bro.
My God!
No, I think I've pretty much said a lot, to be honest with you.
This fucking guy, I swear down, This guy, blood.
Seriously.
It's just a sad state, man. And at least we brought awareness of it.
Yeah.
Because, someone's going to see this and think carefully and, maybe even pick up on some red flags. It gets missed a lot, It really does get missed.
100%.
Yeah, man.
I think so as well. As anyone that's dealt with sexual abuse, don't be afraid to speak about it. Don't allow anyone to make you feel afraid that you shouldn't say, "Look, I don't like this. This isn't right." No matter what age you are, don't be afraid. You have to say something. You honestly do, and I can speak from my own experience with when I was living in care with my older sister, and it was just me, and things were happening. And my older sister, I was quite nervous, so I wouldn't say anything. When the social worker comes and she'd say, "Is anything going on?" I was quiet as a mouse. I was literally quiet as a mouse. I didn't say nothing because I knew when they're gone, things are gonna pop off. So I thought, I want peace. So I just kept my gob shut. But my older sister had enough, and I was so happy that she had enough. When we came back,
without saying names, are you talking about providers?
Providers.
Yeah, when you're saying things would pop off, with the providers, the people that are looking after you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, when we got back, the social worker was like, "Okay, cool, we're gonna you're leaving. We're gonna take you now." And I was so happy. I was so relieved. And it was my sister. My sister's like, when we got in the office, my sister's like, "You can tell the truth now." And they were like, "Okay, well, these things happening." And I was like, "Yeah, they were happening." But
what did you tell them?
No,
don't say that.
No, not that. I'm just saying I just said whatever was happening. I said, "Yeah, look, this was happening."
Okay.
Like that.
So
I'll go into it.
So what made them decide to take you then? What? Obviously, they're going to do it
because it was a safeguarding issue.
Yeah.
Well, did you bring something to their attention? My
sister did. My older sister did. She finally had enough and just told them that, look, such and such is happening, and they.
Was she the one that was guilty of it, or she?
No. Basically, without seeing the circumstances, what would happen is I would have a bath, and every time I had a bath, I would come out. I would wash the bath out, but I would come out the bath. But somebody would keep calling my older sister to go and wash out the bath. So it was that scenario. It wasn't necessarily happening to me, but it was happening to her.
So they were using your situation to get at your sister, basically.
Yeah, kind of thing.
My God.
I was happening, as I think I've told you about this. Was obviously I was having it with the daughter, so I was having that stuff on the women's side more than the male side.
Yeah.
Going on, so. But I just kept my gob shut and I understand the fear. You're afraid. You're like, okay, if I say anything, I'm going to get treated worse, or it's going to keep happening. And if I keep quiet, then hopefully the bloody well stop. Do you know what I mean? Or leave you alone. But
it's true.
They keep going. So my sister was the brave one, and she's the one that kind of said, look, come on, we need to get out of here. And I was happy she did, to be fair, honestly.
And that's another form of family. People that are looking after you, care providers, that's another form of family who are getting paid, who are trained, who are assessed, who are, observed all the time by the local authority, aka social services. They got children in their care, and they're still doing fucking nastiness to children while they're getting paid. And that's another thing, although it's not your blood relative family, for a child in care, they'll be looking at it like, these people are supposed to care. They're supposed to be looking after me. They're supposed to be helping me develop. And I don't understand why they're doing this kind of shit to me. And then you're in a position where you feel that if you talk, you might not get out, and you'll be stuck in that situation, and things will just get worse for you. So you end up staying quiet. It's a bit of a fucking mess, you get me?
My God.
You honestly have to speak up. I had one foster mum that used to teach the money they used to give her for me and take me to the second-hand shop to buy my clothes. Can you imagine?
That's what I'm saying.
Can you imagine? So
no, I can side with that though. I can side with that. And just quickly, when my nephew came to live with me and he was in foster care for a bit with a family member, when I said to the social worker, yo, when you bring him, because his placement broke down and we did the assessment and that, when I said, when you bring him, can you bring his clothes? They brought him overnight because there was a safeguarding issue. They brought him to us overnight. When they brought him with like the clothes that he had on and a couple of toys in a bag and a couple of bits of paperwork. And I told him I want all the paperwork, and I want his clothes and I want his toys and belongings, you get me? Yeah? So the social worker said, all right, I'll sort it out. 2 days' time, they came and they brought a bag of clothes. My nephew's got eczema, bruv, yeah? And his skin was flared up on a mad thing. So I'm saying, raw, like, what kind of madness is he? Just look all flaky and dry up and stuff like that. When they brought his clothes, black bag of clothes, the clothes are damp, like they'd just been washed recently and thrown in the bag. They smelled like fags. When me and my missus took out all the clothes and was looking at them, the labels had different youths' names in the labels. So that means all the foster kids that she had previously and had their clothes, she was putting it on my fucking nephew, blood. You get me? Didn't buy no brand new clothes, and this is why his skin was flaring up and shit like that, blood. You get me? Shit level of care. So me and my missus, bruv, me and my missus took our cards, bruv, went straight to the clothes shop, bought him bare new furniture, bare new clothes, bare new toys, kitted him out, bruv, you get me? And just put him in the freshest shit, and took him doctors, sorted out his skin and shit like that. Genius, you've seen his skin how it is now, you get me? Yeah, and got him back on top, so you can see the shit level of care that people provide, and when they come to the right place, they get proper things. Verbz said that, you get me?
I love that. That's so beautiful. I love that. I love that. That's the thing, man. Honestly, it's a hard one, because you would say that children, the best place to be for the children to be is with family, but sometimes it's not. But then sometimes it is. So it's hard, isn't it? It's hard to kind of choose sometimes. But
yeah, I just think if you're a person that tries to scrimp and scrape, you get the money, and your agenda is the money is for your lifestyle. Yeah, the money is not for the youth. You're gonna put the money in your pocket. Obviously, you get paid a wage when you're looking after these youths, yeah? And you can pay yourself. But blood, even if you pay yourself, if you see the youth ain't got clothes or is in need of clothes, prioritize the youth's clothes first, bruv. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then if you got change left over, use it on yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? These people get paid on a weekly basis, and you're going out and doing shit like going to restaurants and holiday and having parties, and you got Selfridges bags all over your yard and all them thing there, and the youths wearing fucking third-hand, second-hand, fourth-hand fucking clothes, blood. It's mad, so it just depends on where your heart's at. If you're going to do the right thing with the finances, you'll do the right thing. If you're a crooked person that's in it to try and make gain for yourself, then that's what you're going to do, and the child is going to suffer in your care. But the problem is, a lot of the times, these dickhead social services, they fail to observe and they fail to act on when these kids are going through this shit. You get me? They just go off of the words that the foster carer is spouting out of their mouth, tick a box, and go home and leave the youth in the same shitty position. You get me? That's how I see it.
Trust me, honestly, that's why I don't even play about my kids. When I was going through a bit of a dilemma, and I had to deal with these people, the way I was carrying on to just let them know, listen, I'm not one of those mums that don't care about my kids. You know what I mean? So you can't come round here with none of that nonsense. None of it. Seriously.
This is it.
None of that rubbish kind of stuff, because sometimes as well there's good mums out there, but they will try and come in wherever they can, and this is why I'm big on, you've got to pick the right man. Make sure you pick the right man and woman when you are having kids with, because you don't want to pick up the wrong person and they because they're messed up, problems come on your head, and then you're the one now having to deal with the backlash and stuff like that. And you could be a good parent, but they're not seeing it like that because the circumstances are here, there, and everywhere. So you have to be mindful in who you pick up. You have to be aware, when things are not right or don't feel right, and be strong enough to say no. Strong enough to walk away. And you'll leave people disappointed and upset with you, but it's better that you have your peace of mind, and you know what, your kids are safe, they're with you, they're protected, and you got, listen, God didn't give us kids to misuse us, the children. They're lent to us. We're here to love them and treat them good, and if you can't do that, then just don't keep your legs closed. Don't bother with having no kids, mate. You know what I mean?
100%. I co-sign that statement, 100%. Creative, you get me? Do you know what I mean? But listen, people, we come to that time. Yeah? So, I hope you guys took in a lot from this episode. I think this episode was fire, so respect to Creative Thoughts, respect to Geniusdan. You get me? There's a lot of gems up in there, you get me? We've touched on certain things, that family scenarios that, that we see and stuff. But I think it's safe to say the moral of the story, folks, is, as Geniusdan said earlier, yeah, or was it Yushan? Somebody said, blood ain't always thicker than water, innit? Do you get me?
Yeah.
I think that bit.
I mean, blood ain't always thicker than water. Do you get me? You got family members that can be the death of you. Do you get me? Family members that wear you down and got bad intentions towards you and want to make your life a complete misery, not a fantastic living experience. Do you get me? So it's safe to say, listeners, you got to analyze, you got to observe, you got to work out. You know what I mean? your family members, the characteristics, when they're there for you, when they're not there for you, if they're genuine, if they're not genuine, you got to work out all of that shit. Yeah? And when you work out all of that, then it's time for you to kind of take action and say, you know what, the people that are there for me, 100%, not saying that they have to always give you money or whatever. It could be just lending a listening ear. It could be that they hear something's gone wrong for you and then just pick up the phone and call. Do you get me? It doesn't have to be money. Let's not boil it all down to money and finances. Shit is a bit deeper than that. Support is deeper than just money. You get me? So as long as these people checking on you and say, oh, you know what, is there anything I can do to help or whatever, alternatively to money, yeah? You keep those people close because they're genuine. They'll look out for you. They'll keep you up, not watch you drop down and leave you there. Do you get me? And the ones that chat shit, the ones that make your life a misery, the ones that are a thorn in your side, the ones that are a brick wall between you and progress, yeah? You need to just get rid of them, push them to the side and say, you know what? I see you from a distance, or I love you from a distance, and allow your life to progress because, you know what, believe it or not, you know, as Wizkid and Skepta said, bad energy stay far away, yeah? If you keep bad energy around you, some of you don't recognize that the bad energy that is around you will stop you from achieving anything that you want to achieve, bruv. When you try something, it will just fuck up because you got too much bad wishes in your circle. You get me? So, take action, understand, yeah? And shift things around to make it work for you, yeah? And we hope that you achieve what you want to achieve. We hope you manage your life successfully and your family relationships, and even you can apply that to friendships too, yeah? And we wish you all the best. So, what I will say is, until the next time, it's good night from me, Verbz.
Good night from me, Geniusdan.
Good night from me, Creative Thoughts.
See you later.
I will see you next week on the next episode of the Triggered Thoughts podcast.
See you later, everyone.
Big up people, yeah?